Welcome to my channel, Brainies. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Principles of Research Practice. What is research? Before going into the depth of principles of research practice, let us have an outline on definitions of research. What is a research? Research is nothing but it is a careful consideration of a study which we prefer regarding a particular concern or a problem using scientific methods. Research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. It involves both inductive as well as deductive methods. Let us just discuss about the characters of research. What is a good research? What is considered to be a good research? Good research usually follows a systematic approach to capture accurate data. And the researchers need to practice certain ethics and rules and regulations and code of conduct while making the observations or drawing conclusions. And the analysis should be based on logical reasoning and it should involve both inductive as well as deductive method wherever applicable. The real-time data and knowledge should be derived from the actual observations under natural settings. And there should be an in-depth analysis of all the data which has been collected so that there are no anomalies which has been correlated with it. And the other characters are it creates a common major path for generating new questions, and the existing data helps us to create more and more research opportunities with further questions. It is analytical, and not only that, it uses all the available data so that it is free from ambiguity. Accuracy is one of the most important critical aspects of research. The information must be very accurate and correct. For example, the laboratories, it provide a controlled environment to collect data. So accuracy is measured in the instruments which is used, the calibrations of the instruments or tools, and the experiments, the final inference. So coming back to the major portion of our topic, which is the principles of research. There are four basic principles of research. The four major basic principles of research are autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. We'll discuss about each of the topic in depth. So the first topic is autonomy. So what is autonomy? As the name implies, it is meaning of freedom. The people should be treated as autonomous. That is, the participants or the samples whom we select should be given full freedom. They should take their own decisions whether to participate in the study or not. We should, as a researcher, we should not force or compel any of the participants to participate in the study, which may affect the inference of the study. The researchers must respect that individual's own decision. And not only that, the participants should be fully informed about the process of the entire study. The complete information about the study and what is going to happen during the study. And after which, if a sample gives a consent to participate in the study, the researcher can proceed. Otherwise, the researchers are not supposed to force or compel any of the participants. And the autonomy also includes people with diminished autonomy should be protected. What do we mean by diminished autonomy? It is nothing but certain people like children, young children, a disabled person, mentally retarded children, mental disabilities, patients with mental disabilities. These are the category of people. Those cannot be fully informed about the study. Either in those cases, either we should omit them as participants or otherwise, if it is utmost required, to select them as participant. In that case, the immediate attender of the participants should be fully informed about the study, and the consent must be received from the participants' immediate attender. So, people with diminished autonomy should be taken and utmost care. The next is beneficence. What is so called as beneficence? Beneficence is nothing but it is done for something for the benefit of the others. As we are talking about research, the participants or the samples, those who are participating in the research, should be taken care that they are benefited by the research. And not only that, they should not be harmed at any cost. So, the main purpose of the health research is to discover new information which should be helpful to the society. At the same time, caution should be taken not to hurt anyone while finding out information. And not only that, the participants or the samples should gain maximum benefits and should minimize the risk for the participants. For example, if a research is being conducted to know about the effectiveness of the drug, this means the participants must be exposed to some harm or risk of the drug. The researchers should be obligated to do their best to minimize the harmfulness of the drug or the possible risk of the drug and to maximize the benefits for the participants. And also, the participant or the sample must be priorly informed about the various procedures that can happen during the study. The next is justice. This principle deals with the concept of fairness. Researchers should consider what is fair in terms of recruitment of the participants. Just because the samples are easily available and easily accessible, any type of participants, irrelevant participant, should not be considered for the study. So they should be considered very fair in terms of recruitment. And people who are included in the research should not be included merely, they should serve the purpose. And not only that, many types of people should be tested whether they are really effective in the study or not. And for example, the experimental treatments that are intended for the use in general population must be studied not only on the men just because they are easily available or on women just because they are easily available. It should be conducted on both the populations separately, then only the result can be unbiased. Otherwise, there are chances for the results to be biased. The last but not least is non-maleficence. The non-maleficence principles holds that there is an obligation not to inflict harm on others. Whether we serve benefit to the participant through research or not, it is mandatory that we are not going to harm anyone. This is closely associated with the maxim primum non nocere, that is nothing but first do no harm. To be simple, it is rather than doing harm to others, we can remain silent. The research should not purposefully cause any harm to others, and always there's an expectation that the patients or the samples or the participants should not leave from the study in a worse condition. So that's it with the principles of research. Thanks for watching. Kindly support by subscribing and sharing.